Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. So more community live.
Uh-oh.
See?
Uh-oh.
Not you grew into the couch.
Hey.
Somebody's excited.
Hey, right?
Somebody's excited.
Hello, everybody. This is You Got 15 Minutes. I'm Jay Green.
I'm G.
It's your boy JP.
And for the regulars, welcome back. For the newcomers, welcome. It's your first time here.
Welcome.
For the returners, I know things look different if y'all haven't got the scoop, but you know, we trying some new things out, so let us know how y'all feel about it. And tap in, make sure y'all comment, like, subscribe, share to a friend.
Tell us how much you love it. Tell us how much you love the new setup, man.
Tell me how you feel about the Grateful Dead, because you can't see it, but I don't like that picture. And I just want to know if I'm the only one that doesn't like it.
For the,
I want honest. I don't
like
like it, but it's still there. You know why? Because I forgot. So let me know if you care about the Care Bears, because I hate it.
People.
Oh, those is Care Bears?
No, they're the Grateful Dead bears.
Ah.
But I still, if you don't know what they are, you think they're Care Bears on acid, which equals
they
the
look
Grateful
like
Dead.
Willy Wonka Care Bears.
They look like
something.
they faded.
They are. They're stoned.
That's
and
the
next
idea.
To this, you know what
I mean,
I'm
it makes
saying?
sense, but I hate it.
That's the
anyway,
concept.
that's just, I couldn't let the moment go by. I had to share. When you say let us know in the comments, I want to know. Let me know how you feel about those niggas, because I don't like them. But
you heard it first, y'all. Y'all know, like, it's always some shit around here in the damn neighborhood.
But it's fine.
So
it feels good.
And now it's the Grateful Dead poster. So
Ta-da.
Care Bears on drugs.
We're here. Hey.
Unite.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, unite. And go.
Unite.
But it's, I mean, I can deal with them. I just feel like they're taunting me because they
Care
know I hate
Bears
them.
on drugs.
But it's okay. It's whatever.
They're whispering your name.
They are.
G.
They're
G.
We're up
G.
here.
G.
We're up
G.
here,
G. G. G.
Yes.
G.
Exactly. No, to me they're like the monkeys on the Wizard of Oz. That's them. That's
They're
them
marching in your brain.
Yes.
Oh, you know what it reminds me of
the little clapping monkey.
You know on what is that, Dumbo? When it's all the elephants.
Yeah, they're scary.
Yeah, and it's like they start multiplying.
Yes.
He's like tripping out. That's what that makes
them.
me think of.
Or of Fantasia.
But when I saw that as an adult, I was like, they were for sure on drugs when they did these movies. Like, these animators were like on one, guaranteed. Because there's no way. Like, Alice in Wonderland,
she was
all
on
the
acid.
trippy ones. Yeah, I'm like, as an adult, I'm like, yo.
I mean, when you learn about all the drugs that they used to do for other things, like when they were like, oh, you have a headache, take
basic
opium.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can just imagine that, like, I personally think all of the children's fairy book tales, all that shit was drugs. They was on fucking, like,
they
heroin
faded
for
when
no
they made
reason.
that shit.
Hell yeah, they was out there talking Winnie the Pooh.
Come on, man.
Winnie the Pooh.
Thought of Oompa Loompa and thought to
Willy
break that
Wonka
shit
and the Chocolate Factory.
So I saw a video about that, and it's supposed to be based on the pygmy Africans that are little people that were supposed to have been working.
So Willy Wonka's racist?
So in the book, they were saying that in the book, it is though. So the origination of it is in the book that they describe them being from Africa and that they were pygmies, and that's what the Oompa Loompas were. And then when I think about what they look like in the movie, I'm like, y'all shady as fuck.
We can't even have Willy Wonka?
No.
We can't even have the fucking Chocolate Factory?
First of all, why was there not a black kid or a brown kid or anybody?
Because
there was
no
minority.
They were in another country. First of all, they weren't here.
We're everywhere.
They were in like fucking Germany or something.
somewhere, right? Do they even really ever clean?
I don't know where they were. They were somewhere where they were fucking cleaning clothes with big ass spoons. I don't know. I just know that it was not the U.S. of A's.
For me, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, I knew the shit was bad when the grandparents and the grandparents was all in the bed, foot to foot to foot to foot. I was like, hey.
Because it was depression time.
That's too much.
That's a lot going on right there.
That's too
in
much
the bed.
That's too much energy.
That's too much unwashed legs for me.
That's.
Okay, I don't want to keep.
That's 40 toes in the bed.
We gonna keep it rolling, man.
40 unwashed toes 40 because toes. They were poor. So they couldn't take showers.
Impoverished
we gotta
toes.
keep that rolling, man, because that right there.
First of all, you have 20 toes next to your head. So the two heads is 20 toes in between the two of y'all's.
Nah, the bed was big, wasn't it?
Nonetheless, on half of the bed is 20 toes and 2 heads.
Man, somebody had a bad day.
And on the other half, it's
it's all old people,
toes.
so you know it was geriatric in there.
Oh my god.
Geriatric farts? What?
Oh my goodness.
What?
Not geriatric.
What?
Geriatric funk box.
Anyway, I don't know how we got here from the Bears, but sorry. But yeah, no, they're racist and there's too many toes. And what else did we say?
I got the golden ticket.
Other than me being taunted by these bears, it's been a good week. How have you guys been? Swear to God, I'm taunted by them.
How are
y'all been?
I've been
Dr.
all right.
Perry J, tap in.
I've been all right. I've been good, man. It's just a good vibe all around me. So I'm very thankful for that. So I've been real cool. How about you? How you been?
I feel like he's lying, y'all.
I feel like he's
lying. He tries to do it well, so I'll give him that.
I seen people in public that I see, and I saw them, and they saw me see them, and I was joyful.
And I was happy.
And I have 2 witnesses here to show and prove that I was okay. I've been okay.
JP was spotted in the wild being jolly, and he needs everybody to know that
he was frolicking. He was frolicking, y'all. He was frolicking.
He's frolicking.
Black men frolic, okay?
We're going to look that word up. I'm mad that I don't know exactly what that means in this moment, but I was cool. It was pretty cool.
You know frolic. You a smart man.
You were frolicking.
You frolic.
It's cool.
I
just say yeah.
No.
You were definitely frolicking. Look it up.
We gonna look it up after the show.
If
but
y'all saw JP happily walking through Ralph's, you'd be like, "Oh, look, it's a JP frolicking."
They're gonna say that JP.
It's a JP frolicking in the wild. First of all, I would want to see what was in his basket.
Did he have groceries?
We were outside. I was on my way in.
Oh, you didn't have groceries.
Yeah.
Oh, you were frolicking to the parking lot.
Get there yet?
Like
literally.
He was frolicking through the parking lot to the groceries with a little extra pep in his step.
You got caught slipping.
Chim.
Wow. JP doesn't get caught slipping like that.
Slipping.
I mean, I wasn't pranking nobody. I wasn't doing nothing like that. I'm just very happy. And, I was always taught that, when you smile, other people could smile sometimes. And I know people be having fucked up faces. We'll get to that later. But the point is it's been good. I've been cool. It's been okay.
I'll be having a fucked up face sometimes.
So if you catch JP in the wild, just smile and walk up to him and
say, and it works, because I'll be having a fucked up face and I'll be needing to smile sometimes,
He be needing to pick me.
When I see my peoples, it'd be cool. I'll be like, cool, somebody I know. We're going to get into that, though. We're going to get into that.
Shout out LeRon. Sorry, shout out LeRon. He says, hey, y'all. And Vernon says, where the hoes at?
LeRon.
V, you already know where they at.
Right.
Go pick them up for us.
You know where the hoes is at.
Off the VAR.
How have you been, best friend?
I've been okay. I've just been tired. Like, I've been feeling... First of all, the auntie vibes are heavy within me. First of all, I don't know if it's because my birthday is coming up or it's just like maybe because it's like life is getting quote unquote back after like post pandemic or whatever. I don't know, but I just be feeling like leave me alone. Like all the big auntie, don't be bothering me. Don't be calling me with that. I'm tired. My feet hurt or whatever. Fill in the blank. To be honest, that's how. And I'd be like. it's like an awakening of like, wow,
I don't want to do shit.
It's like
you be sitting there like, oh, yeah. I don't feel like doing.
No, I be like, ooh, the bed, like, yes. Like, and half of it, you know, it make me mad a little bit, but then it's still like, okay, is this really about? I'm kind of like, okay, this is cool, cause I couldn't imagine being this tired and having kids.
Oh.
Because I'd be even more tired. So that's why I think I'm not prepared now, because I'm already tired just maintaining myself. So
I already don't want to get up 30 minutes early for myself to do my makeup or to walk the dog. I already am like thinking about how can I finesse that so that I don't have to do more, but I can still get the shit done. So having the thought of having to get up because this little nigga got to go to school. Or this little heifer gotta go to cheerleading
at the
practice,
same time.
or this little nigga need to eat. The fact that I gotta do it, I'm good. That gives me anxiety of having to think that I have to do it. Not like, let me, make my man lunch or whoever because I want to, because it's something that I want. But the fact that I have to get up because his baby crying, I don't want to do that. I don't. I'm too selfish.
Shout out to the parents. Shout out to the mothers.
Happy Mother's Day, y'all.
Happy belated Mother's Day.
Happy belated Mother's Day.
Belated to all the mamas. Y'all doing y'all thing. Y'all.
Yeah. I was at work and tucked away from the Mother's Day realm. Now that I'm not working in retail, I can stay under the underbelly of the holidays and I don't have to worry about it. So it really kind of like, it just be like every holiday has lost its spark to me, but then it's really like, I don't be caught up in the materialisticness of holidays because I be like, y'all work my nerves. When you see how ugly people act behind gifts and buying shit, it's like, I'm cool. I don't want no parts of it.
And
so
we're going to talk about that too.
Look,
we're going to talk about that too. We're going to talk about that too.
We're going to get into it.
We're going to get into that.
I mean, well, did you guys do anything special for Mother's Day?
I was at work, like I said.
Yeah, I was at work.
I don't work. I work retail, but my industry doesn't give a flying fuck about Mother's Day. Yeah. So there's no Mother's Day sales. There's no Mother's Day shenanigans happening. So I was just there, and it was very slow because it was Mother's Day, and people were off with their mamas. Right. So I just hung out. I talked to my mom, though. I talked to her yesterday for like 3 hours because I couldn't talk to her on Mother's Day for that long. Yeah. So I called her yesterday, and we shot the shit, and I had her laughing. So it was cool. But Sunday was just another work day. Yeah. It was just another day. So.
Shout out to the mamas. Mm-hmm. If you're a mother, leave a comment. Leave some flowers in the comments. Right. Or drop your baby's names or something. Yep. How old they are. We love the kids even though we ain't got none. I feel like we're the no kid team. We need a little flag kid, or something. Yeah.
Right. Team no kid.
Right.
You have a little baby on it with a little red thing on it, like no kids.
But even though I'm like meh with my own babies, I'm excited for everybody else's.
For sure.
So shout out to Yolanda, baby shower on Saturday. Butterfly crew
shout
coming
out to our
through.
Sister. Right.
So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to be part of a baby shower. I'm not excited to be carrying a baby.
Exactly. I'll plan baby showers till the end of time.
I don't know about that, but I help. I don't know if I can plan it.
I mean, that's easier than taking care of my own.
Okay.
I can't handle that right now, but that's neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, give me strength.
Right.
But
I'll stick with Auntie Life.
Auntie Life is the life for me for now. In other news,
Auntie's life.
See, speaking of damn kids, so Robert De Niro, just had his what number kid was it? 6th, 7th, 8th? What was it? I don't know. I think it was 7th.
7th? No.
I don't know.
Let's look.
It was 6 or 7.
I know how old he is. Has a 7 in it. Let's look. But anyways, what about him?
He just had his latest child at 79 years old, and it's like right when you think, you can't do it. What number is it?
The 7th.
See,
his 7th kid.
7th child at 79.
Is this like his baby mama, or is she just?
This is his girl. This is wife.
Is his girlfriend?
She's probably like 23. Who knows?
No, he has 7 children with his black wife. Don't play.
So this same lady is the 7th kid's mother. How old is she?
I don't know.
Lord.
Lord.
Oh, she a black chick?
But why do we care? Oh no, this is a different person. Oh no. Just kidding. Anyways,
okay.
My question is, why are we making such a big deal? Oh, he had twins. About him having a kid at 79. Like, why does he... like, not that it's not a big deal, but first of all, why are you having a kid at 79? Second of all, but why is it like... oh! Why isn't it just like how I'm like, okay, he's having a baby. It's dumb. Why is it like break? Like, why do we care? That's my deeper question. Is like, why do we give so many fucks that he's even having a baby? Do you get what I'm saying?
I think probably just because he's so old, and because some people feel like it's selfish to have kids at that age because you aren't going to be there for the entirety of their life.
But he got 6 siblings, and he has like a mom.
Right. But but for me, I think more so, what would they be doing if it was a woman that got pregnant at 79?
You can't get pregnant.
But that too. But I'm just saying. But I think because he's
why are you laughing?
A man. Look, because he finna be the nigga that's 79 with his.
Hell no, I'm just tripping off of that. So do any of the his older grown children? They got hits?
Probably.
I bet they do.
So you mean to tell me the grandkids
they
got
finna
an
have
uncle?
a young uncle? On God, that's how it happens.
That's
how it happens. For real. I'm a great aunt.
Go ahead,
God, shout out to all my nieces and nephews, which is why I'm Auntie of the Year.
Robert De Niro had a good night, huh? Okay, man. Shit.
A couple.
I feel like that's like a oops.
We shouldn't care.
I feel like we shouldn't, but I feel like
I'm like, that old thing still work? Shit. 79 years of work, and it's still effective. God damn, you deserve it, Robert.
Ew. I don't want to see
Bobby.
Bobby? No, don't call him Bobby.
He still got some spunk in him. You can call him Bobby.
I don't want to call him Bobby. No. I think that... that's what I think. And then I think... you got 3 brothers. They're going to raise you.
3 of them.
3 of them or something. It's like 3 brothers.
Get your son, your brother.
1, 2, 3, start. 4 of them.
And imagine you out with your brother and then they think it's your baby. He out here all your friends. Nah, this is my brother. And they like,
that's just,
get out of here.
I mean, I don't know. I think that we care too much. But since we care and we're giving opinions, I do feel like it's kind of selfish. I do feel like if the whole point is like to like have a kid and like raise the kid and like do all that, you're not gonna raise that kid. You're not gonna have time, and now you're just putting a kid out into the world. I mean, granted, I got 3 brothers. He got four brothers, 4 daddies, whatever. But I do kind of feel like, I mean, like, but then I think too, that thing worked. She got pregnant, but I don't know if it's controversial, but like,
what's it hitting for?
What's it hitting for? And what's that baby finna be like? Old sperm?
See, I'm not. I was finna do
old.
I'm trying my ass off. Keep it straight, man.
Old sperm? I just want to know.
Non-PC.
Yeah, you was gonna say some shit from 1982. And you can't do that now in 2023. You can't use those words. You can't make those movements.
Like a motherfucker.
You can't do that. Look. But that's the real question: is are there going to be issues with the baby?
Probably.
Like real shit. Like all jokes aside, because that's old ass sperm.
Does old sperm make a difference, or is it just old eggs?
Baby, for the
which one makes the difference for what the baby's gonna end up like?
I don't fucking know. I'm not a fucking OBGYN scientist, lady. And I don't want any motherfucking kids.
Baby might come out of genius though. You never know. Baby might come out of
Really?
genius.
From old egg? How would you eat an old egg?
That's some wise ass
Or
sperm
old
he got there, man. That's a lot of wisdom in that sperm.
Is it like
he's been there?
Is it like ibuprofen when it's expired? It just gets lower in its potency. So is that the best of the best, or is that
he still shot a shot and made it though? That's the cold.
That just means the swimmer's strong. That don't mean the swimmer's smart.
He just got there. Strong. He was like, "Hey, where'd I end up at?"
Yeah. He's like, "Last time I went to sleep, I was at home.
I could do this.
Yeah, I could do this." And then he's like, "Oh, I'm here." Let us know, people.
Let us know what y'all think on that shit, man.
If
okay,
out here busting nuts and succeeding and shit.
On to other news.
I mean.
So,
yeah.
In recent news, our boy Jamie Foxx has been in the hospital for an undisclosed reason, but they say it's a medical complication. They did say a medical complication, but apparently they're saying, I've heard conspiracies saying that it's because he's been running his mouth talking about Diddy and like giving up the details of Diddy's life, and that's why he's been in the hospital. Because I do think it's mighty suspicious in 2023 that they haven't put no photos of him up, no video, no nothing. Nobody's got any scoop, no interview, nothing from anybody, no nothing.
From who?
Anybody. Like as far as a visual of him, from him.
Who? Jamie Foxx?
Yeah. Like publicizing it out of like, okay, he's okay, what his condition is. And it's been super under wraps, and it's like it's been this like. So
because they're not talking about it, you think that the conspiracy's true just because no one's talking about it?
No, I think that because he has low key been talking about him, and now they're talking about because everybody that says anything about Diddy is been passing away. Like all these people throughout Diddy's past of like anybody that he's had beef with have like mysteriously had some sort of death. Yeah. Okay. And they recently reopened Kim's case and said that her family or somebody or friends are like trying to reopen it to see what the real cause of death was, because they're trying to say that it was some kind of like fishiness between her like primary care physician and the doctor that she went to and all this other stuff. And I think behind Jamie Foxx, it has something to do. I feel like there's some kind of cover up in something, because now they're saying he's in physical rehabilitation, but yet you still don't see anything from him or anything.
Like, so is it like one of them situations where I guess the conspiracy is that he opened up his mouth, ranted about Diddy, all of a sudden shit happened to him, but we don't know what's going on. So chances are, if it is like that on that type of timing, then
yeah, that's what they're trying to say. Like,
or absolutely none of that, and the nigga something happened. He's in the hospital. He doesn't owe anybody anything. Just like Beyonce did. There's no pictures of Beyonce being in the hospital when she had her babies. There's no pictures of anybody's. There's multitudes of people. There's no pictures of it because they make sure that there's nobody there to take pictures because they're private people. So he could just be smart and private enough to have all that shit under wraps. And supposedly, allegedly, his daughter said that he's been back home. He's been at the house. That he's fine. He'd be at the house watching TV. So I think because that conspiracy, that's not new. That was like 2 weeks ago. That people been saying that, but that it's just like because you're not telling, because I'm not forthcoming with being like, here I have to show the world that I'm okay. That means that the conspiracy could be true. I don't believe that. Shit with Diddy. Even if he did say something about it, do you really? I don't know. If people are coming out, I don't know. I just feel like that's exactly what it is. A conspiracy. It's the internet trying to find something to say. The internet loves pinning people against each other. The internet loves trying to pinpoint two things and put them together just because and whatever the fuck. And I be feeling like it's extra the fuck out because you said he's not saying anything about it. Therefore, it makes you think that it has something to do with Diddy. Why?
Well,
just because he's not, I know.
The internet is reaching because they were trying to say that the original thing he said was, but like saying he was exposing this or that, but it was like a story of how him and Diddy got in the same circle, and it was like from years back that had been out. So it is like how you said, people are reaching to like trying to say this, that, but it is very, to me it is coincidental that it would happen, but nonetheless I don't let the internet shit, because literally the source for that Diddy, that's a whole nother topic, because that's his own entity, literally in itself. But Jamie Foxx, that was like, dang, I feel like he's been like one of those good celebrities in people's eyes. Like, you know, he doesn't have any like bad tarnishing anything about his name. So now it's like, oh, something's gone wrong with him and you don't know anything. Now it's a problem, because now people were like, what happened to Jamie? What happened to Jamie? And now, because the internet puts 2 + 2 = 5, Diddy's got to be the source, and now because the shit from way back when is the evidence, and now he's laid out. But I think it's just crazy that the internet is so infatuated and set on the fact that because he hasn't said anything and hasn't put anything out, that it's this big mystery, because people need that access to your life all the time, and when they don't get it, it's a big deal.
And see, going back to G's point, I wouldn't put it past him to be on that type of time, because if I was in his shoes, I want to be on that type of time. I don't want none of my shit aired out. This is my personal private business. Fuck that. Respect that.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers need clout. Not only clout, you want to distract the public eye from something bigger that might be going on. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we're going to put this out there because we know that this group of people, or whatever the case may be, might be attached to this, so therefore we're going to distract y'all with this bullshit where, I mean, a man's health is serious, but that's his own personal shit. Mm-hmm. If I'm in the hospital, man.
Last thing I'm thinking about is telling TMZ.
Like, come on, man.
If I had a heart attack and I'm in the hospital, and now I'm home and I'm trying to recover, and I had a stroke, or I had a heart attack, or I had something to do with my heart, or something to do with my health, the last thing I'm trying to do is tell the internet.
Right.
That's why I'm like, I feel like that whole like, oh, that he hasn't told anybody, and that's the stupidest reason to believe that the conspiracy is true, because the average person goes to the doctor and doesn't come home and announce to everybody, hey, I went to the doctor today, they stuck a camera in my ass. Nobody's fucking doing that. No one's going and telling you, oh, I went and I got a root canal today. Right. Nobody talks about that. So for him to come home and probably follow doctor's orders, which is go home and chill out, why do I have to tell the internet? I didn't tell them, I didn't announce to the internet I was going to the hospital in the first place. Y'all figured that out on y'all own. And it was probably later than what it was. This nigga could have went to the hospital for a fucking bump on his ass, and now the media is like, oh my god, he's on his deathbed. Why? Because he had a mole removed from fucking Dr. Pimple Popper? Like, shut up. Right. The internet could blow this shit out of proportion for nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then if Jamie Foxx is not, in my opinion, the only celebrities, I don't care if you're a rapper, if you're an artist, if you're whatever you are, the only celebrities that are running to make clout are of a certain age, running to the internet to be like, oh, I gotta tell you this because I gotta make money off of this stream, or I gotta make you go do, is of a certain age and of a certain level where you're not popping and you have to continue to make your name. Jamie Foxx is Ray fucking Charles. Mm-hmm. Jamie Foxx doesn't have to do anything for the rest of his fucking life if he didn't want to. He's locked in. He's a GOAT. He's a fucking legend. He's an OG. He's Unc. He's all that shit plus some. Jamie Foxx don't gotta fucking make shit. Let me go talk some Diddy bullshit to make. It just when you really start to think about the people, like the level of people that you're talking about, like I hate saying it, but like think about Beyonce. Think about Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. They're at a certain level. You don't have time for this shit. Beyonce doesn't tell us a fucking thing. We don't know shit except for what we try to piece together on the internet. So you really think, has Jamie Foxx ever came out? No. Jamie Foxx, they catch him at LAX. Mm-hmm. They catch him on a flight. They catch him walking out of a restaurant. What's up, y'all? Woo, woo, woo. He not out here worrying about what the fuck.
That.
This nigga probably knows so much shit about Diddy and about all that other shit. I'm pretty sure all of them know all that shit. So what would that even benefit him of all of a sudden 30 years later being like, I'll see that? Come on. Like, that's where I'll be like, the shade, I'm no shade to the Shade Room or to like Hollywood Unlocked or any of those popular blogs, because I love them and I follow them and I'm gonna read that shit too. But people need to stop finding the stuff that they found and regurgitating it to make it a headline, to make it this like everybody said. No, the internet blog said it. And because when someone dies, what do y'all do? Did TMZ say it? Y'all be waiting for TMZ to say it. So why doesn't that apply now? Why are we even tripping out about anything? Has Harvey came out here and said the nigga had a heart attack and he fucking on deathbed? No. TMZ probably said he was in the hospital, but TMZ ain't finna report. TMZ's not finna report on some shit that a conspiracy. Mm-hmm. No. TMZ's not finna do that. So when the internet goes in a fucking frenzy over what 4 different blogs posted that all got from the same source, it's like, come on, you guys, like. Y'all are just impressionable, waiting for the next thing to click on, and it's just, and then you hear, oh, his daughter says he been at the crib. Mm-hmm. That's how you know this last 2 weeks been some bullshit, because he been at the crib. People talking about he sold his soul, and that's how he ended. I'm like, why would he need to sell his soul? He already got money. He's like, Ray Charles. That's dumb. Like, that in itself, to sell his soul. Right now, if he would have already sold it. Been out. Yeah, that's why his soul was sold. It was sold back in the day.
Like, that would have been
that shit was gone.
Like,
you late, bro. Something to talk about.
You like Robert De Niro. You late.
Bro, shut up. I'm dead. Like I said, I think you're dead. The only people that are doing shit like that are of a certain age, low key. That's like millennial Gen Z shit. Don't put us in there. Do not put the millennials in there. I'll throw some millennials in there because I think there's some millennials that will fit into that category. I don't. I feel like millennials are a little more cautious. Feel like it's only because Gen Z? For sure, because they grew up on the internet. They don't know anything else but the internet. And millennials understand. We knew what it was before the internet. We were taught, don't get put on the internet. Don't end up on Girls Gone Wild. Don't end up on a video somewhere. Don't end up on Maury. We were taught on some scared shit not to end up on one of these things. Of
what you put on your MySpace
They grew up going, I'm trying to get on one of those things. They're like, ooh, if I do this, they're going to follow me. Our millennial asses are like, how do I make a story? How do I get clips?
I don't know if I want to post this. I don't want that much attention. Fuck that.
And I got a job, and my mama follow me and shit. I be like, I don't want them to know I got this poster in my house. Anything of exactly. Like, I don't even want them to know my wall look like. Gen Z's like, ooh, let everybody know I got that poster so I can hashtag every word in that poster and then take a picture of it and find it and then repost it. And then I'm going to tag Zigzag and then someone's going to, and I'm going to get reposted and then I'm going to go viral. Because it's going to be a TikTok.
That was a lot of shit you just said, man.
That's what they think. So that's why I said don't get the clout. I feel like if you're of a certain age, y'all are going to be thinking more of, I got to put this on the internet. I got to do it for the internet. And that's when you end up like, right, talking about your boy. So you end up like, you don't know? Do you want to hear? Come on, JP. I know you're itching right
man,
now.
Man, if you got one of the trashiest motherfuckers in the league that ever touch a floor, I don't know if y'all know who Kwame Brown was. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm pretty sure anybody watching would agree with me. He was ass. I don't watch basketball. We know that when he say something and you think about your life twice, you gonna have to go ahead and figure some shit out, young man. And I'm talking about Mr. NBA dumb boy himself, Ja Morant, man. This motherfucker. You just came. I mean, toward the end of the season, you spent your little 8 games, spent your couple little minutes in the little rehab facility. Told everybody he apologized for his actions. Told the world he was gonna be okay and he was doing better in progress. Nigga. You got eliminated from the playoffs. You just had played against the Lakers. Your name is even bigger because of the shit that's going on. Your boy just got kicked off the damn team for some stupidity. Nigga, you on the internet with the burner. While your boy driving down the street. Then when he finally see you, he oh shit, then he gonna put you down.
Isn't this the second time that he did this?
Second time.
I was confused when this story happened. I was like, didn't this happen like 2 weeks ago? And they were like, nah,
trying to regurgitate the shit like, okay, we about to get clout like we talked about.
Yeah, I thought it was this was brand new. Or the case started or something.
Like over the weekend. Nigga, over the weekend, bro, you ain't even on the clock. You got fired on your day job. Just like getting fired on your day off.
You got fired on your day off.
Nigga, how you get suspended from all team activities? It ain't even your turn. Y'all niggas got put out.
Shut up. You got fired on your day off. They like, look, don't even come
trying to practice in the facilities. Like, don't come to the gym. You can't come.
Dumb shit. That's all I got to say about that.
I'm telling you, he probably stayed up all night thinking about that joke, but he got him, okay? He called him the NBA dumb boy. He's it now.
You got to be NBA dumb boy. That's what it is, man.
He's it now. Like, now, he done made his statement. That's his claim to fame right there. They're going to have T-shirts and
I was listening to someone else talk about this, and they brought up a really good point that, like, everyone is saying, he has a $200 million contract or some crazy shit, right?
I don't know the exact number, but it's
some crazy number
with
contract.
endorsements.
Yeah, so like, how could he be that dumb, and how could he be out here doing that, and blah blah blah. And the person brought up a really good point of like, we're low key expecting a lot from a 23-year-old boy. You're expecting 30, 40-year-old thought processes to happen in his mind when he's 20. I don't know his background. I don't know how broke he was. I don't know if he was broke before he, started playing basketball. I don't know what his financial background was like. But if he didn't come from any money, he probably doesn't know how doesn't even understand the multitude of the money that's coming in and what this really is, because in my opinion, when you're taught to be an athlete, you're just taught to be an athlete. You're not really taught, you need to make sure when you make that contract with the NFL that you make sure this is paid. People don't, and you hear stories like that all the time about people getting money no matter whatever their profession is, and spending it unwisely, and therefore now you're broke after 4 years. So a 23-year-old who probably hasn't even touched all the money yet that he is going to get, and has probably never touched more than, if you, especially you come straight out of college, you come straight out of high school, if you've been playing sports your whole life, you probably didn't have a job because you were too busy playing sports so that you could go to college. So that you could go. So 100%. Where is he supposed to learn? And we all know they're not teaching you money sense in school. No, we're in California. So if that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that him brandishing a gun and doing that stupid shit isn't, dumb. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, as much as I agree with the other guy's point that as much as we're fucking ramming this boy, it's like, what were you doing when you were 23?
Oh, I'm not gonna crucify.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like, because
this is what I think should happen. They should put this into play. You need a vet, OG, somebody in your ear, and you actually gotta fucking listen. You should take the first go around. All right, man. I got it on me, but they don't need to know I got it on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody got to be in your ear. Your boy should even know that. The nigga driving, you're driving with a burner in the car. What happens? That's
also, though, who's probably his boy? That's probably his homie.
The same one.
That's probably that's your friends. That's not, I didn't hire you to come here and tell me. I didn't hire security. I hired my friends so that I could pay my friends. So now, if we were anywhere else and you weren't a football player and we was somewhere, that friend is still going to just do what friend shit does. That friend who's thinking, we're just out here joyriding because my boy is on and we out here. They're not thinking. They're 20-something years old too.
And I agree. This is why I say you got to have an OG or a vet, somebody.
And what if he does have an OG and somebody? Because think about when you were 23 and somebody was talking shit to you and you were like, I'm finna go to the club and get these bitches. Not saying that you're right. You know what I'm saying? But at a certain age, your mentality is just turn up.
Even all the way there, but at the same time, you still gotta that shit takes accountability.
Because those are the ages when, especially I feel like for men, that's the age of like, I'm grown, but you're not, and you want to. I'm 23 years old. I'm 22 years old, but you're really young, and a nigga can't tell you nothing. Right. Your uncle, your manager at work, your neighbor next door, your grandpa. All you hear is these old motherfuckers is talking shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make excuses, but I'm just like, if you really like you say, you're not gonna crucify him because it's a 20-something-year-old boy who don't have shit, and now all of a sudden they're like, you finna get this money, and all he knows, if I go do this shit, nothing's gonna happen to me because I play football. When really, that doesn't mean you can have a gun. That doesn't mean that you're untouchable. You're not a fucking, anybody can get touched in any type of way, so it's like yes, we all wish that you were making better decisions. We wish you took it seriously, that you have this $1 million contract with however many millions of dollars it is, but then in reality, it's like, clearly you don't have somebody telling you anything that's instilled in you on some like, you should, you know what I'm saying? To me, it's like, what's your family doing? Not to knock the mamas after Mother's Day, but like, what's your people doing that didn't nobody prepare you to not be, you know what I'm saying? Or were you a square playing football, and now you're friends with NBA YoungBoy, and you're like, I'm gonna live my little thug dream. No, nigga, you're a football player.
Hey, you know what's crazy?
You're a square.
Wait, he hoop. He in the NBA.
I mean, I'm sorry,
a
basketball player.
But you know what's crazy? That's been a knock on him since that last incident where they
How
talked
long ago
about.
was that? The first one wasn't that long ago, right?
A month
it
or two
wasn't
ago,
that
or some
long.
shit
Yeah,
like that,
I would
right?
say at max 2 months.
And one of the like jokes has been, bro, you grew up a square, you grew up a little cornball, you grew up playing basketball, you was groomed to come do this, and now you in a position to make that.
Yeah.
Like, don't get caught up into something that you're not. And I think that's important too. But like you said, like at that age, I can only speak from experience. You do go through a phase where you can't take advice from somebody. You can't take just simply because you want to create your own lane. Mm-hmm. And in this particular case, what will confuse a person like myself, you have both parents in the house. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know, but dumb decisions.
And if he was raised well, that for me makes me think more that you're living your little thug life dream because you've been a square. Mm-hmm. Because you've just been playing. And there's nothing wrong with that. You should be a square if you're going to make your life sports. You should be out here doing all the things that you were doing to get you to the place that you're at. But now that you're there and you're a famous basketball player, you're an NBA player, now you're like, oh, I'm finna be like whoop whoop. And when you got other basketball players and other athletes in general making Instagrams and making videos, bitches dancing in the background and doing whatever the fuck, and you know what I'm saying, then it is like, oh, I get to live the rapper lifestyle, but I'm not a rapper, but I'm friends with them, so I get to turn up, and now you out here with a gun. You done spent your whole life getting to this point, but then you're 23.
You're 23.
You're 23. So it's like, I'm not making an excuse. Like I said, I'm not making an excuse for the gun. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying, like, as much as these grown-ass 30, 40, 50, 60-something-year-old people are dragging this boy, I'm like, that was 23? I know what the fuck I was doing at 23.
I know what I was doing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it's like, I don't know. I feel like people love to try to be like, well, woo. But you don't even know what that's like. You don't know what it's like to be told you're going to get millions of dollars. And you can have whatever the fuck you want at any time.
200 million?
Like,
at
nobody,
23?
at 23, you don't even know what that feels like because you don't even know what a salary feels like because you have probably, like I said, he probably never had a job. Uh-huh. So he doesn't even understand the concept of like, oh, I'm going to get this money and I'm going to do this. You know, like you're just out here and hopefully your parents are telling you something. But then even at this point, if your parents are telling you something, I'm pretty sure he's like, shut up, I'm finna buy your house. I'm finna buy you a house. Like, you shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the most respectful way. Like, yeah, dad, here, go buy a car. Like, you know, or whatever. And then it's like, what you gonna say? And that's that, to me, that is that whole thing of like, people don't know how to say no to the right people. Like, the people in your circle, you have to keep the people around you being able to tell you yes or no for real, and not just like not just say yes because they wanna. You don't want because they're making money off of you. You know, they're making their living off of you, and you're making your living off of being a basketball player. And if I don't keep you in line as a basketball player, I don't get paid. But they don't be thinking about that when shit starts to get funky. You know, like they're just like, oh well. He's still playing basketball, but it's like, yeah, he won't be playing basketball for very long if somebody doesn't keep him in line with his gun. And if nobody's going to if he could do this twice.
Dumb shit.
That's crazy.
In a matter of a few months.
In a matter of a few months.
Crazy. My mama would have whooped my ass after the first one.
Saying.
Come on, man. Like, oh my God. She would have built the house on the brother. Oh my goodness.
Shut up.
She would have listen, she liked that shit that you bought her last year. So don't fucking feel bad.
Right. Exactly.
On social media.
She's expecting a number 2 this year.
I guess he had to show he went from a blicky to a blower, but it was kind of bigger this time, but I don't know. Anyway.
He's like, I upgraded. They got my other shit, but now I got some new shit. Don't trip. Don't trip though.
But
let us know what y'all think in the comments about that, because I know that was a hot topic today. I would love to hear some.
And I really had
opinions.
I had to realize it happened again. I'm like, wait, I thought
that was the part.
I'm like, did he go get out of jail? What happened?
That's
and
that
I'm like,
vibe,
it happened again. I'm telling you. And I was like,
because the first one he kind of got let off like, all right, bro, like okay.
He got let off the hook. So
and now it's like so.
Imagine if
they're like, bro, no, and it really because you're going live. They can't cover that up. You did it to yourself. You got all these followers. People see it. They screenshot. They screen record all the shit. There's no going around it. It's not like back in the day.
Share to the wrong shit,
but that's what I'm saying. Bloop. Even just one video, you could say, if I exposed the video of him with a gun, they could say, well, how did you get it? It wasn't meant to be sent to everybody or whatever. But when you're on live, you know what that's meant for. You're there. You have no control over who sees it, and everybody's there too.
And the hate is real. People will love to see your downfall, so then they're waiting. Majority of your fans are still like, what's gonna happen? How's he gonna fuck this up? What's gonna happen now? So most of those people, I bet you anything that those people watching the second live weren't even fans, don't watch basketball, don't give a fuck. They only know who you are because you had the gun the first time. Right. So now they're watching in hopes that you're going to show another gun, and then you did it, and now it's like, ta-da! You know? I don't know. I just hope that these kids learn that it's not that serious for the internet. Like, the internet's not going anywhere. You have your entire life to, like, be on the internet, and everything doesn't deserve to live forever. Like, you don't have to, everything isn't a viral moment. Like, everything's not, cameras used to be like a special, like, ooh, look, you have a picture of this. Like, that was like it was scarce.
Dressed this past Tuesday to look good, and all we did was take a picture for the day. You ain't seen another picture, and
that's it. Yeah. Now it's like, oh, I can Google that right? It's just like,
look at me.
It's not special anymore. People are just like taking bad pictures and posting them on the internet, or like posting just anything.
Ugly pic, off guard.
Yeah, when you could get like a roach crawling on the floor and it's got like 200,000 views because someone put FYP as the hashtag. That shit is nuts. It says explore, and it's a fucking roach on the floor.
You can take a picture of a roach and have 200-something thousand.
Yeah. So you put the right hashtags, post it at the right time, have the right algorithm shit.
Everybody go post kind of hashtag FYP on this right now. Yeah, we're going to get them up for sure. FYP.
What else we got? Pick one. We got multiple things.
To like, just to, let's talk about it, man. Like, what are some of the petty reasons y'all would cut somebody off? Like a petty ass reason.
I'm trying to think. Okay.
Cut them off.
The pettiest reason. I'm like, I would, could, should, or would. I'm trying to think like
would, could, should, or did.
Yeah, have or have nots. I for sure have done a petty reason. If your breath stinks, for sure. Like, off the rip. Well, like, that's an automatic, like, I guess that's more of a deal breaker when I meet you. If your breath stinks, and if you already all over my face and you can immediately tell me that your breath stinks, like, I'm finding out off, like, this is all, like, the breath hits me before I even hear what you say, you gotta go. That's off top, petty, just off the rip.
Well, that's if you're talking about, like, you just meet somebody and cut them off?
Yeah, but but see, that can linger further into later on, if it happens later, too.
So you could be talking to somebody and breath fine, and then all of a sudden they breath stinking, you're gonna cut them off because all of a sudden their breath stinks one day.
If it's a mysterious enough smell and it smells problematic enough that I might have missed before, because I maybe wasn't close enough, or I didn't get the right angle. If it could be a bad tooth or something, or like some shit festering from their gut. You gotta go, cause you finna throw my shit off. You finna be.
She said her nose knows best.
No, for real, your nose does. Your nose knows it all. That's why you be like, when you be ready to throw up about something, you know. The smells are not
sitting. Smell good. They ain't up to no good. Yeah, that's how I see it, man. I'm with you on that one.
Pettiest reasons. See, but I don't think any of my reasons are petty.
Petty Pisces.
I don't have that many examples in my mind anyway, but the petty, probably, what are you doing me to death?
Ooh, that's a good one.
What are you doing me? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Where are you at? What are you doing? Where are you at? What you doing? Where you at?
That's all you ever say.
If that's the beginning of every conversation that we've had, I'm over it. And then on top of that, if you're what are you doing me to death, and then you're jealous over what I'm doing,
right? I say something, now you're mad that I'm doing.
I gotta go. You gotta go. You have to leave.
The insecure niggas.
Shut up here. Egress. You gotta go. Because that is like, it's a red flag. It's a red flag. It's a flag on the play. It's a yellow flag. It's a fucking no-go. It's a no for me, dog. It's a fucking hell nah. It's a you're the weakest link. It's a
goodbye.
It's a everything.
That's stage left.
I cannot. What are you doing me to death?
Look how they set themselves up for failure. What you doing? And you tell them it's some poppin' shit, and now I'm jealous.
No. Oh, God, that's how it happens.
Or it'd be some regular shit, and they're just mad that I'm not doing something else. I don't know, but that what are you doing shit will really bother me, because there's so many other ways to ask somebody what they're doing without saying WYD. There's and literally the acronym.
WY, you can't even type it
out. You can't even spell it out.
Because you can ask somebody, how are you doing? How was your day? What did you do today? Did you go anywhere? What did you eat? There's so many more discovery questions that you can ask me that will make me, even if you give 0 fucks, there are so many more ways that you can make me think that you give like half a fuck. And I'll give you half a fuck back. But not if you're, what are you doing me to death every 5 seconds? Or it's the, I tell you where I'm about to go to work. All right, I'm at work, and it's been an hour. And then you're like, what are you doing? Bitch, I'm at work. The fuck? I'm at work.
What you doing?
I hate that. I hate when I've told you what I'm going to be doing for the next 4 hours, and you're like, what you doing? Go play video games. Go do something. Go build a house.
In an hour.
Go
look, I'm gonna be busy for 4 hours,
TV.
and in 1 hour they're like,
"What are you doing?"
So what are you doing now?
I'm good to go.
Just like that.
I'm about to spend.
Niggas are burnt out and bored. Okay,
that's my
and insecure.
That shit is crazy right there.
And I think another, I'm gonna cut you off real quick, is if you don't talk to me enough, aka discover me. If you're just talking about you the whole time that I'm trying to get to know you, and all you've talked about is you, I'm ready to go too. Cause I just, to me, it's like you could go live on Instagram and talk about that.
Shut up.
I don't need to just be here for that. I thought this was a conversation. Like I've cut somebody off strictly because the first conversation we had, he was talking about somebody else, and I was like, we just spent 2 hours on the phone, and I still just know that I went to school with your brother. I don't know anything else about you. Other than the indicators of things that I already knew.
The fact she said 2 hours. You let that shit go for 2 hours.
Shut up.
Better than me.
You say you let that shit
you
go
let
for
it go
2
for 2
hours.
hours.
For
Damn.
2 hours.
Oh my God. You're nice.
I am.
Bless your soul.
Thank you, because my soul needs to understand that 2 hours is too much time.
That's more than.
But that was when I realized, I'm never doing this again.
Ever.
This. As soon as I get that feeling, I'm like, oh no, man, ready to go.
What about you? What's your petty reasons?
Man,
I know you got some petty ones.
I didn't cut motherfuckers off for not calling me back on time. And
that's sad.
You know,
see,
that's
he
petty.
wrong. That's that Leo
that's
shit.
Petty.
Gotta be in control. No,
they got nothing to do with control. Let's just come on, let us have some respect for each other.
Because you feel like, right, see, let's have some respect.
If I say I'm gonna call you back, I'm gonna call you back. You feel me?
So answer.
You know what I'm saying?
But what if they're busy?
I done cut people off for not answering my phone.
So you prefer the call to say, I know I said I was gonna call you, but I'm real tired and I can't, and I'm just calling to let you know that I can't sit on the phone with you? Because I think
whatever.
that's weird.
If you call me and say, hey, look, I got home, I'm tired or something, or whatever the case may be, bro, I said, they get like, can I borrow $100? You didn't call me back, bro. That's, all right, I see how it is, bro. You. Any other time I hit you, you answer the phone or something. But all of a sudden,
your feelings.
You know what I'm saying?
You
these are petty reasons that I've cut people off before.
You petty.
In 2023, there is change.
Petty
I start to realize the world does not revolve all around me, but
that's what the P stands for.
Petty.
J.
Petty.
Man.
J. Petty.
But I'm just saying, that was petty.
Dr. Petty J.
Dr. Petty J.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Jesus.
I like the way I say petty. I make it sound, make the R's raw.
Petty.
We gonna cut that.
Dr. Petty J. Ain't no
Petty J.
Petty. Dr. Petty J.
Dr. Petty, Petty,
That
Petty,
shit
Petty,
sound
Petty,
hard.
Petty.
Y'all like the way Dr.
No.
Petty.
No.
Petty J.
See, his
Y'all
mixtape
the
coming
credit
out
that.
soon, y'all. Just put me in the credits.
So is a petty reason to cut somebody off? Are some of those like it's the same as like deal breakers, or it's like
it could be because I feel like for me, stank breath. It's because it's like, okay, does it smell like food? Does it smell like mystery? Like I said, it's the levels to the funk. Is it a bad tooth? Is it a bad tooth and something else? Is it? And if you have,
what if you catch somebody on a bad Tuesday before they go to the dentist? That's not fair.
But then I need to know. Are you gonna be like, ooh, I'm going to the dentist? Like, I'm gonna get some context clues because I need to find out.
But if
I'm
a
gonna
person
be like,
actually has ass cheeks, breath,
halitosis.
you ain't fucking with them.
Whoa, no.
That has a
then
specific
I'm gonna
smell.
be smelling like ass cheeks breath. Okay, so I had a moment. So this man kissed me on my cheek before and made my face stink. And I felt some type of way. And I was upset that my face smelled like his mouth. And it was like, it was so...
You didn't know where it was coming from?
No, I knew where it was coming from, but it was like, I would run into it from my own face. And it was just... And it wasn't necessarily like breath. It was just mouth. It just had this... I don't know.
Now, was this before or after color?
See, I'm like, why?
Because that shit,
need to know.
Nah, man, because somebody kissed me on my cheek and it smells some shit. No, I'm going to the doctor. I'm going to the doctor ASAP. No, this shit shouldn't. I shouldn't be smelling my cheek from your lips.
It was like
just imagine that was trying to make its way to your mouth.
You come on now, you feel me?
Which is why you got to go.
You gotta go.
You gotta go. If you make my face stink, you're gonna make me stink.
Big soup coolers?
Did it itch after?
Yes.
It itched?
No, it didn't itch. Yes, soup coolers.
So it was like
It was like
a dog kiss on your cheek.
Kind of.
It was like a horse.
It's very much giving dog.
It was giving Mr. Ed.
And it was giving mouth funk. And
I mean,
I didn't
was
like
that
it.
Like all day
whatever
breath?
it was, whatever kind of breath it was, I didn't like it.
It was terrible.
And it was like, get off of me. It was like I had to lie, and then I was like,
you felt like you were accosted by his
water on my. I was accosted.
You were accosted by the heat.
Thank you, Karen. Yes.
I
was accosted.
You were accosted by the heat. Yes.
Shout out Michael Ayo Pennant. He says he once cut off a girl because she took a piece of bacon off his plate. Haven't seen her since. It's been about 8 years.
Shut up! Ayo,
City boys up,
That's crazy.
Let's go.
Need all them grand slams.
Listen, because I'm pretty sure she had her own plate, and then you just decided to reach your little hands over here on my plate.
Was it your last piece of bacon? Because
that's what I want to know.
Definitely telling what kind of bitch she was too. If she trying to steal your last piece of bacon,
because it's a difference.
No, but I might do it just to see what you gonna do, and nigga, you better give me your last piece of bacon.
Why?
Because why not?
Because why didn't you have your own bacon?
And now I want another.
Your last piece of what you had on your plate, you didn't give me none of that.
Right.
All right.
Here you got it.
I'm gonna treat that like you didn't answer the phone when I called back.
Here we go. Petty.
Petty J.
Honestly, I'm gonna just give you the award for the pettiest.
The not calling me back is wild.
It was a time in my life where I felt
knowing he's the nigga that don't be answering the phone. Oh, I was busy, but will cut somebody off because they don't call back. Look, that's how you know. It could have
been important, man. You know, it could have been an emergency. He said it could
have been important. I could have been dying.
I could have had a flat tire.
And then you know what that is? Toxic. I could have been dying. And I'd be like, were you? You'd be like, nah, but still. I could have. It's like, come on. Now what?
let me just address it. Nobody got kicked out of nobody's studio. As funny as you thought that was. Nobody got kicked out.
I was like, somebody in the comments
somebody thinks they're funny. I don't even know who you are, but you think you're funny and it's cute. But kudos for watching because didn't nobody get kicked out. But thanks for being here. Continue.
Yeah, I was like,
kicked out.
Never
that.
Kicked out.
Okay.
Doesn't matter, but just shout out to you since you thought.
But no.
See, what happened was,
right.
What happened was
go.
That's what happened.
Go do your own homework if you want to know.
Well, not calling me back. My petty reason wouldn't be no deal breaker. Deal breakers is just I don't really like deal breakers, but for me personally, I just feel like a deal breaker is where you over here and I'm over here. That's just a total deal breaker.
You don't like deal breakers, but you'll cut somebody off for not calling you.
That's different because that's different.
It make sense.
We're talking about deal breakers in relationships, right? So when I consider being in a relationship with someone.
Whenever these start happening, whenever the hands start fishing and flowing, I know it's finna be some shit that's gonna make me mad. I'm like, if this was my nigga, it would be a problem.
If we just completely don't get along and we want two separate things in life, then of course that's a deal breaker, motherfuckers. We ain't really,
Ooh, I know. But you be taking bitches on a trip when you be talking, huh? You be like, well, when two people come together, and they come as a union. You bring and you come, and but when we not, we gotta. And I'm in here like, so what are you saying? So do you want me to leave or no?
It's just this is why I don't like deal breakers, because it's a lot of shit that, like we talked last time, I'll let slide, but whatever, if we just completely two opposites, then it's a deal breaker.
A deal breaker to me is a non-negotiable. Petty is petty. So I could leave. I could be mad because you didn't call me back and be petty and I answered the phone for 3 days. But that's not a deal breaker.
Right.
That I'm not gonna. It's a red flag that you didn't call me back, and you might not call me back later. But not necessarily off the rip though. If you're notorious for not answering the phone and then you're calling me back 2 hours later every time, that's a red flag. That might be petty enough for me to be like, I don't know, you just, because you're not prioritizing my time. If I'm calling you and you're not calling me back, to me, I'm just not being prioritized. But is that a deal breaker? No. A deal breaker for me is like, I ain't having no kids. That's a deal breaker.
At all.
Like so I could be with somebody and it could be great, but you want babies and I don't. So that's a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? I feel like deal breakers are more serious, obviously, because they're going to be like it would be, deal breaker to me is like, I love you enough that I'll break your heart. That's to me a deal breaker. Is like, because that's me. Like, I can't, my person, my inside, my everything will not allow me to have this or not allow this to happen. So there's like, it's a non-negotiable. Because I could say like, I don't mind if, like you do something I don't like, but like you start pressuring me to have kids, that's a deal breaker for me. Because I'm not having kids. If for something for me, a deal breaker is like where I'm gonna get married, because I'm not religious, and not to say that I wouldn't get married in somebody's house of worship because you're raised in a church or you're raised in a fucking synagogue or you're raised in a mosque or wherever. I'm not saying that I don't respect that. I'm just saying I don't feel comfortable being married in somebody else's house of worship where I'm not worshiping. I feel that's my own personal thing. That to me that feels disrespectful for me to just walk up in someone else's spot and be like, I'm gonna wear this shit because my nigga does this and I'm gonna do it just to. But I don't really feel that way, because to me it's not just like, I'm not saying I'm Christian and I don't want to have a Catholic wedding. I'm saying I don't fuck with none of that. So for me to be in anybody's garb, anybody's fucking setup, talking to anybody's fucking priest, father, whoever the fuck, and be out here doing some shit in the eyes of God type of shit, I feel like I'm disrespecting your culture by wearing this stuff and acting like, I'm doing it for your people. I'm not. I'm doing it because your family wants this to look. They want pictures. They're the ones that are about this, because they think if I'm wearing all the shit and I'm marrying their person, that we're going to go to wherever the fuck you think we're going to go when we die. I don't necessarily feel that way, and I don't give a fuck where I go when I die. Not like that, not like I'm not trying to be a good person, but like I'm not out here like, who's right, in a path where I'm going to go. So for me to go get married, I feel like it's disrespectful. I just do. Now, that's a deal breaker, because I could be with somebody who's like, no, we have to get married here. And I'm going to be like, nah, then we're not getting married. Because I'm not going to do that. Because I don't know, but what if I am disrespecting whoever is in charge, and I'm just out here walking around in y'all shit, getting married, and it's somebody else who I'm going to see when I die? That's how I look at that. Because we don't really know who's really up there watching us. We don't really know who's at the final end of this fucking marathon. And to me, just to be like, maybe I'm going to do this because that's what y'all do. And then I show up as a whole nother nigga right there. It's a whole ass fucking other female right there. Like, so you. And now I don't know. It just feels strange. So, deal breaker. I'm not getting married in somebody's church just because your granny's still alive.
Shut up.
We will grab
I'm dead.
Front row.
Granny can sit at the front at the fucking wherever the fuck we have this party at, because it's gonna be some shit on the beach. It's gonna be at somebody's house. It's gonna be at something. But I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a deal breaker. I have no kids, and we ain't getting married for your granny.
Then I would say for me, a definite deal breaker would be for me as someone that doesn't have kids, to try and potentially start a family with someone that doesn't have a good relationship with their kids or doesn't take care of their kids already. Because to
or has
me,
a bad relationship with their parents.
Yeah, that too, for sure. But even still, parents, you can still grow from that as an adult with your own choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you still have a chance. But if you came from shit and you still ain't shit, why am I gonna think we finna do some shit?
Right.
Why? And then too, for people to be like, and for me, even if I hear anything about, like, I pay a lot of attention to how he speaks about the women that he's chosen to be with in general, just
like
past
baby
relationships,
mamas, ex-girlfriends,
but especially baby mamas, like significant relationships. And if he'll talk about his baby mama or treat her a certain way, I know I'm either next or I'm finna just be the next one he's talking to, like, in this manner to the next person. Like, she crazy or she just be doing this, she doing, okay, but how'd she get here? Because, like, the woman side of me is like, no woman is going to lay down. Most women is not going to lay down with a man and have a baby and, like, and y'all were together and then be, like, acting crazy and all this. Like, you didn't know this was going on and where did it come from? Yeah. So, for me, if you're not taking care of your kids, or if I don't feel like I even know enough about your kids, because I'm not one to be like, let me meet your kids off the rip. So, but if I feel like from me paying attention, if they're not in the mix enough, or if I'm having to ask about them or be like, what's going on, or
if
whatever.
You're trying to be more involved in his kids than he is.
I'm going to need to get to the bottom of it. I need to see what's going on with your baby mamas, how, if I'm really, really finna be with you, oh yeah, let me talk to your baby mama. Oh, she want to talk to me? Right. Let's talk. For sure. Because I want to know too. Because at the same time, how is she going to speak about you? Because at the end of the day, we're going to have this blended family. She finna be in the mix. She's finna be in the decision making of what, if we all want to go on vacation, or like, you know, we gonna take her kids somewhere and we gotta figure out if it's cool with her. But people be trying to like, oh nah, like, you know, she crazy, but look, we gonna start our life together and it's finna be perfect. I turned over a new leaf. Yeah, and it's like,
right, and the baby was just born 6 months ago, but I'm changed now. I'm gonna do this different for you. And the baby's 6 months old.
P.S. These niggas that owe all this money for child support and shit, you niggas cannot get passports. Women that get these niggas, you cannot travel with these niggas because they cannot get passports because they can't go nowhere because child support won't let them. So, don't let these niggas don't care their kids lie to you because y'all ain't finna go do it big and go nowhere because he can't.
Right.
So, and his credit is gonna be shot too. So, don't fall for it. But that's one of my guaranteed deal breakers. You don't take care of your damn kids, you ain't finna get me to have one. So, try again, player.
I think people don't put as much thought into that of how you treat your kids or. You know, like, I feel like people don't even consider that. They just be like, oh, I got a baby. It's like, oh, he gonna be my man. I'm gonna stick by him. Be
right.
Like, what?
That's my baby daddy.
That's like Brian McKnight.
Shut
like Brian McKnight. I don't know. I don't know if I want to go there, but maybe we should. I don't know if you guys know that Brian McKnight has like 4 kids from his first marriage, and then he has a new wife and like stepchildren, and then has a new baby with his new bitch. Sorry, new wife, whatever. Happy Mother's Day. And and he had some. So he made some posts a couple weeks ago saying like. About his daughter, his stepdaughter, saying like, you're the best daughter we could ever have, blah blah blah, and the internet went nuts because in his bio he only acknowledges his stepchildren and his new baby, and so the internet tore his ass up, and then he decided to make a video to tell everybody the backstory of why he disowned his first 4 children, and basically there was like a defamation suit that his daughter filed against him. And then they settled it out of court for $318, and it was like they like cashed out like a life insurance policy and like with interest, and so she got cashed out this money with him saying that there was no wrongdoing and that like everything was straight, right? So he didn't look bad, and it was just like, yeah, cashed you out, shut the fuck up. He said the next day he changed his will. So he has a son. His first son's name is Brian McKnight Jr. And because he disowned those children, he didn't really go too much into what was happening with the other kids. He just really talked about the shit with the daughter because that involved money and like court and stuff. But he has a new baby, like I said, and he named that baby Brian McKnight Jr., I guess. That's a whole And he said in this rant, which was like a cool amount of minutes of him trying to explain himself that, you know, he doesn't fuck with the other kids anymore. They chose that once they took that money. And he's tired of trying. You know, there's only so much you can do, and then you just have to, like, live your life. And he's happy, and he's great. And he was like, and I want people to know that my son, Brian McKnight Jr., my new son, is going to carry on my legacy, that he's the only one, and he's this and he's that. So I thought it was fucking trash baggish as fuck and fucking delusional. Just corny and the fucking most trashiest thing you could possibly do is come on the internet and give this whole grandiose explanation, which totally made sense at first, because sometimes your kids ain't shit. Sometimes just like your parents ain't shit. Sometimes just like your siblings ain't shit. Sometimes people just ain't shit. And you could have explained all of that about your fucking first 4 kids and how you cash them out, you don't fuck with them anymore, and we could have left it at that. But the fact that you were like, and I named my new baby Brian McKnight, and he's gonna carry on my shit like as he should, and he's gonna know, and I'm gonna keep praising my kids and and making all these posts that are just like extra the fuck out. That's trash. You gotta go, fuck. That's like trash. You gotta go. You gotta go.
It's like some emotional shit going on, low-key, it seemed like to me. Because you named your new son, there's already one junior. So when he go to school, I mean, what's going to happen?
That's what these ratchet niggas are doing nowadays.
So
all
there's
these bitches
juniors,
are naming them juniors.
Both of you motherfuckers is junior. Y'all both this nigga. Y'all got the same exact name.
Or the third, yeah. Because and then his first Brian Jr., that son had a boy and named him Brian McKnight. So there's already 2. There's already junior and a third.
Got the third. So how the hell?
And now there's a fourth.
Whole new one. I ain't never heard no shit like that.
No, man. Imagine what they're gonna have to explain to his ass when he gets.
And then you know what I was thinking about too is like not only are you being selfish with that whole thing, like with the name or whatever the fuck, but like you're creating drama for this baby that's being born into this controversial shit about his name and about his siblings. So now you're taking away this baby's opportunity to know his other siblings just because you want to get on the internet and be trashy. Like, you could disown your kids, you can disown your children, but you don't disown the siblings. Like, if we didn't learn anything from Clueless, didn't we learn that?
Shut up.
That you divorce parents, not children? Like, you don't. Like, I mean,
you shouldn't.
And then, but what makes them, that I forgot that part, is that in his little rant, he was saying how all of the kids used to call each other siblings, the step kids and his kids. Like, they were like a blended family at one point. And then all of a sudden something happened and now they don't fuck with each other. So if these kids were already like a blended family and already knew each other, now you brought this new baby and now you're really like, what happened to that? Like, if you could blend them earlier, why are you separating them now over money?
Emotions.
Over emotions but to me it's being petty for you to be like, I'm getting it. That's petty. That's childish. That's like low.
And the bitch he's with delusional because she's like, yeah,
you're letting it happen.
You're letting it happen.
I thought the woman usually named the kids. I thought the woman usually named the kids and have control over that. Or
but if a man's like, I want a junior, then they usually be like, okay.
I think that's old shit. People just name their kids now. It don't really be a woman or a man. It be whoever the fuck wants to name the kid. It don't even have nothing. It just be like,
I think it's like based on the people. They
just on who wants to name what. But why would you want to name? Why would you want to do that to your kid?
It's petty.
Anyway.
That's messy, and that's
messy
to me,
as fuck.
Especially because his kids are grown.
He said, "This is gonna be the one to like."
It's like, what are you doing?
He was like, "I took the last 30 years.
He probably was
building
a
name
father.
for myself and blah 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 blah." And now these kids want to use. They want to use my name to their advantage when they need to. And it's like, well, their last name is McKnight. They can't. You want them to change their names? Should they? Are you gonna pay for that? Because if you don't want them to use your name, then pay for them to get their names changed instead of running around acting like they're not gonna say Brian McKnight's my dad.
Right.
What I want to know is what triggered the kids to even want to go in that direction in the first place.
And that's the part that we don't know, because they haven't really said. They just said that she sued him for like a defamation of character suit because of something that like an interview or something that he did or something where she didn't like it, so she sued him. But then they settled it out of court. So I get my take from that was like he took that as like, oh, my daughter's doing a money hungry grab. Cool, disown her. That's fine. You want to write your kids out the will? Cool. You want to do all that shit? You want to do all that shit? Cool. But once you involve that baby and you involve them stepkids that are not your blood, and you're doing this tit for tat publicity shit that's ugly. Like it's ugly and it's weak as fuck. And as a man, you're out here doing that. It's just like, why would you think that your newborn son is gonna be proud of watching these videos of you in 20 years when he's old enough to comprehend what you did? You think that your son's gonna be like, thanks dad, you named me the same name as you did. You're proud of that? That's what I think about. Like we're too busy doing shit for the internet, and you're thinking that you're making this fucking like statement when really you're just out here making your kids look at you crazy, and you don't even you know what I'm saying? Like, especially now, like our parents, we don't have access to the stupid shit our parents did. We don't have access to that. We can't see the crazy shit that your dad said to your mom when he pulled her on the bus. Feel me? Like, we can't hear the crazy shit that your parents probably talked to each other when your daddy hollered at your mama. I can't hear the crazy shit that my mom said to my dad when she was crazy and when they was fucking young and fucking around. Like, we don't have access to that. They have access to this shit. This is gonna live on forever. Right. That Brian McKnight got on the internet and was like, my kids are trash buckets and I wrote them out of my will. And now I have my true legacy. Who says that little motherfucker wants to be your true legacy? What if you're a shitty dad?
And he could grow up hating you.
And what if he grows up treating that boy like he has to be this fucking? What if he's like Tiger Woods' dad and just has to be like and then the kid's like, fuck you in his name.
Unwanted pressure.
Unwanted pressure
for
what?
You done put on me. And I didn't even choose this shit.
I was just born.
It's just because you want to replace your other son.
And he gonna go out and work on a cruise ship or something. That's some
crazy shit, though.
You named me him because you wanted to replace the first one.
You're trying to
erase that. So if I fuck up, are you gonna erase me too, and then decide that one of my other older siblings from my kids, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
if I fuck up, that means you're going to have to leave mom. When you leave mom,
so as your kid, I'm disposable. You can just decide to have other ones.
Too, when you think about it, too, that's a message that you send. Because what if it's another motherfucker just sitting out there, regular Joe, just, you know what, man, I've been thinking about leaving this bitch and this kid. You know what, Brandy over there, she said she wanted to have one too. I'm about to go let it finagle my way up on over there. Brian McKnight did it, I'm gonna do it again. It could fuck around and set off a fucked up chain reaction. Because once one person does it and the next person does it and it's done enough, eventually, what happens? That behavior becomes normalized, and now we think that shit is okay to do. It's not okay to do.
And then what if he treats that little boy like he's a fucking golden child, and he becomes a spoiled piece of shit who just walks around entitled, thinking he's better because he's the real Brian McKnight Jr. And really, you're like the 8th kid.
Well, technically, the real Brian McKnight Jr.
is born and has a son named Brian McKnight III.
The third, little like that's older than you.
Crazy, right? But
way older.
Anyway, that was, it made me think of all that. I was like, oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. What else we got? TV? Or do we have time? We have time for TV and for maybe
we
should have time for TV and for the last, which is worse, maybe. Okay, well, TV. Have you guys watched anything spectacular or anything amazing? Because I have.
Recently, no, I haven't really been watching much TV recently.
I've been off for 3 days. Shout out to my 2 jobs that let me off for 3 days in a row, but now I'm about to work 10 in a row. So I've been catching up on lots of television. I started watching Bel-Air. It's great. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's corny. The corn is rich and yellow. Heard that. The corn is rich, but it's good. I also stumbled upon, because I be liking the stuff about astronauts and stars and aliens and moons and things that are about the atmosphere and the world and the galaxies. I stumbled across this documentary on Netflix called, I have to read it, Countdown Inspiration for Mission to Space. I don't know if you guys know, because this happened right like a year after. This happened September of 21. So this was like fresh out of the panty. This was like fresh out of like, okay, niggas are vaccinated and you can travel, but LA was shut down unless you had a vax card. I went to New York around that time, so I remember being there and couldn't do shit unless you had a vax card, and you had to have your mask, but it was still like, we were barely starting to open up. There was a whole space mission where it was the first civilian-led mission to orbit the Earth. So it was 4 regular motherfuckers. Not astronauts, not scientists. One of them was a scientist. One of them, a science teacher. No. Don't play her. Do not play Dr. Siam Proctor. Do not play her. She was a whole ass scientist, but she was an analog scientist. So she was an analog astronaut. So she just tracked everything. She'd never been up in the air, but she was a full blown scientist. But her main like thing that she liked to do, like her hobby and what she made money off of, was poetry and art. So she would draw these like art about like the stars and shit and all that, and she wrote poetry about it. There was another girl on there who was like a cancer survivor. She had bone cancer in her leg when she was like 10, and then she survived. She ended up working at St. Jude Hospital, where she was treated at as like a nurse to help the other kids, you know, that were suffering through shit. And then there was this other random dude who was just like a regular dad. I forgot what they say he did for a living, but he was just like the regular of regular. And then the commander of the ship was the guy that created the credit card swiper at your register. He like started that, made it so that you could just swipe your card at the register at the POS. So these 4 people were picked by one of them was picked by NASA, the commander, and then the other 3 were picked by a sweepstakes that St. Jude had, where when you donated money to St. Jude, they picked randomly. Well, it wasn't random, but they picked people from the people that donated to get your spot. People had like submit a video and like say like pretty much, yeah, it was for the people that donated. And but they show you in 4 or 5 episodes the picking process, like how these people get chosen, their little background story, and then like what happens leading up to them taking off in a fucking rocket and orbiting the goddamn Earth for 3 days. And it was amazing. It was everything in the movies that they show you of how the Earth looks and what happens and fucking 10-9 or whoopty fucking push the buttons and all that shit. It was everything. I felt like I was watching a movie. It was amazing. And just like I told everybody to go watch Moonfall. If you guys watch Moonfall, you should go watch it, because Elon Musk is in it, and it tripped me out because I was like, Elon Musk is in it. He's there with the fucking headset on because he's obviously SpaceX. He's running the whole shit, and their whole thing is that eventually humans are not just gonna live on Earth, because first of all, we're fucking off Earth, and other planets are inhabitable. So they gotta start shipping regular motherfuckers out and making sure that we can do it, so that when it comes time to like dip off and go somewhere else, humans will just be like, all right, and just like how we hop in a plane, these niggas just hop in rockets, hop on
spaceships.
Yeah,
beat me up, Scotty.
It was
like
really
the beam.
Take me
up. But then it was like interesting just watching like these regular ass people prepare, and then the whole like taking off thing, the stress of that. You know, like they take the family to show them the rocket at the Kennedy Center in Florida. They let the families like walk and see the whole thing like the night before. So they're like all the way up on that thing looking at it. Kids, parents, everybody's out there. And then everybody starts realizing like, fuck, these niggas are leaving tomorrow. And everybody's worried, you know, that when it takes off, it's going to explode like the Challenger did in like 1986, right before I was born. Or they want to make sure that, or they're scared that when it comes back, that it doesn't blow up, because when it enters back through the Earth's atmosphere, there's all this heat, and they lose contact for a little bit of time. So it was cool because of what it was about, but it was just like different because I wasn't watching a movie.
It's a series,
I
right?
felt like it's like 4. It's like a limited series, like 4 episodes. And so like to be watching all the shit that you see in the movies, but that like they were in Hawthorne, nigga, they were right there, like
they're down the street.
Yeah, like they're right there.
These are regular Joes that you would see in a grocery store. You know what I'm saying?
People that were just there, and the one dude, he was like, yeah, man, like, I don't even know. Like, they told him, they showed the video, like, yeah, so you're going to space. And he was like,
I'm going to space.
he doesn't even smile. He goes, all right, like, okay, I got to talk to my wife. Because he's got kids. And you enter that, you know, he brought up a good point. Like, you enter these sweepstakes thinking that you're not going to win.
Right.
And then you win, and you're like, yo, think about all the risks. Like, you're going into space. You could not come back.
What's that?
He has 2 small kids. Like,
and they're going to be hella older when you get back.
Nigga, they were gone for 3 days. What are you talking about?
Oh, it's only 3 days?
Yes, it's not a movie. Bitch, it's a real life. They're gone for 3 days.
They only let them on for 3 days.
Yeah,
they got
3
3
days.
days.
They just orbited the Earth.
They just went and they caught the Earth's orbit and they were up there for 3 days and then they came back. Yeah,
y'all got 3 days to witness this shit.
Literally, and you know they were doing the whole time they were up there? Spinning. They were just in the cabin, throwing Cheeto Puffs to each other and M&Ms and shit and doing all the goofy shit that you see them do in the movies.
Right.
They were doing that. They were like squirting shit, like, trying to eat it. They were fucking like, they were doing.
Is
taking
cannabis
pictures.
allowed up there? Can they smoke?
No,
you can't
nigga,
smoke in
you
space.
can't smoke in space.
There's no oxygen.
Well, they had oxygen because they were breathing, but it'll blow up.
Yeah, but I'm saying not
there.
to light
you can't.
in free gravity.
See, I don't know.
My question was, because they're in a capsule. They're like in a small little, tiny little, it's like a teepee. Y'all got diapers on? Y'all can't shower for 3 days because you're in the air.
You got a diaper like baby wipe.
Do you? Is there
systems?
Baby wipe. Where are you wiping your
ass?
Because
what the astronauts do.
Where are you exactly?
I feel like
where are
it's
you
like
wiping your ass at?
Suctions it out.
Suctions it out. Where? They're not in a ship. They're in a capsule. This is not a spaceship. Like,
and maybe they got diapers.
That's what I'm saying. So are they in diaper? Are you in the same diaper for 3 days?
So how you change your diaper?
How do you change it? And do they hit the corner and I'll be back and go take it out like reverse? Or like, is there a spot? Like,
hey, y'all, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go hit the corner real quick.
The shit is like, it's small.
So when you take the shit out the package,
it's like an airport bathroom.
So it's not big enough.
I know. I feel like it's like a spaceship bathroom would be like something where you put your butt on it. And whatever comes out, it just like
they wear diapers in space. I thought they wore diapers.
Shit and it's flying.
Or it was like in their suit and it's just like it's a release and it goes.
Don't let it be a shark, my nigga. You just like thinking that you.
Ew.
You're just in the air spinning and then it's just like a pinwheel
behind you.
Yeah, see. I got questions. And then you in that small space, someone farts.
Yo.
Ooh.
We just stuck in here with your poo cloud.
But they don't keep the little things on their
No, they take them off.
They do that?
Yes. They're in there fucking woo 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 fucking chilling.
He said they take.
Because there's no gravity.
Yeah, we're gonna have to check this out. I'm gonna check out the episode. I'm gonna go straight to the episode when they in that motherfucker.
The last one.
You said they from Hawthorne. They just right down the street. These regular people.
He said they are from Hawthorne. No, that's where SpaceX is.
Well, I know where space is. What would they? So for y'all to be like, let's say if they was to come pick y'all for some shit like that, what would be the?
I'm
what
not
would happen?
fucking going to space.
I'm going.
Hell no.
I can see you. I can see you going.
You ain't going.
You want to get the experience? You want to go float the sky?
I'm going. The opportunity to go into orbit
maybe
and look at the Earth?
Because it was 3 days.
Other
than that,
I know me. My scary ass won't get on the airplane.
And she was the first. She was the 4th black woman to go into space. Fuck yeah, they're gonna put her on a quarter one day. What do you mean? I'm going.
Wait, what was the lady's name?
Dr. Cyan Proctor.
Hey, y'all check her out, man. This is because that's gonna go down in history, like you said.
Drop the name of the documentary.
It's called Countdown: Inspiration 4 Mission to Space, because the mission is called Inspiration 4 because it's 4 of them, and each of them it was like one person stood for prosperity, generosity, leadership, and hope. And so the one that had cancer, she stood for hope. The guy that was the credit card machine man, that was the commander of the ship, he was for leadership. The Dr. Cyan Proctor, she was for generosity, I think, or prosperity, one or the other. And then the other dude was for, it was like those two were interchangeable. I don't remember which one was which, but it was really fucking good. And it was 4 episodes. It was like one of those where you start watching it and then you're like, oh shit, I've been watching it for like 2 hours, and you're like, fuck, I gotta take a shower. It was like one of those. So I would, especially if you are scared of like all the shit with Elon Musk, or like you feel like, well, I don't know what the fuck they're really doing over there. You know what I mean? It kind of gave me like a, oh, this is what you guys are doing.
This is what you've been working on.
This is your electric cars. You guys are like, okay.
Shut up.
Because they for sure not that bad. They for sure look like Starship Troopers. They look like the stormtroopers from Star Wars, and their suits are white. They showed up in Teslas with the doors coming up. Like, they look like straight out of the future. Like, it was straight out of like, this is a fucking movie, but it's not.
It's happening down the street from where we are.
It was amazing. It was
That's crazy shit right there.
Everybody should watch it.
Hawthorne, tap in, tell your story.
Hawthorne, tap in. Shut up.
Hashtag Hawthorne. Hashtag.
Okay. Last one. All right.
The one.
So, this question, I heard somebody bring it up, but they didn't talk about it, so it made me want to talk about it. So, people talk about the switch up, right? Like, after you have sex, like a relationship, whatever it is, situationship, whatever, it changes once somebody bones. But the switch up, whose switch up is worse? Because men's switch up is usually, yeah, I'm off her. It's usually, I don't answer the phone. Maybe not JP. But it's usually, I don't answer the phone. Or I'm not interested anymore because you already got what you wanted. Women, typically, after we smash, we're in love. Or we have our feelings are stronger, or we go together, and now you have to answer the phone. So, which switch up do you guys think is worse? Falling in love hard and being like, ah, and just being obsessed? Or the, I'm off you?
I'll get it out the way. Regardless of who do it, the male or the female, I think the one that's worse is the I'm off you. Mm-hmm. And I say that because the reason for being, well, okay, I don't want to go too thick about it, but like the reason why you might be off somebody could be petty versus it really can make logical sense. Like, you know, what you said in regards to deal breakers. So for me, I think like the one that's worse is like, you done smash, now it's time to go ahead and dip out and dash. Because I done already got that ass. So it's like,
wow.
You know what I mean?
You see, he already got the ism lined up. So you know that this is a...
See, but men typically do that more than women do. Mm-hmm. So for the sake of this conversation, you're saying that the men switch up is worse.
I ain't going to make it gender biased. I'm talking about the action itself is worse.
Well, the question is not... That's not the question.
Well, no, that's how I got to answer it.
But that's not the question.
That's the answer to the question.
That's the answer to your question that you've asked yourself. But that's not the answer to the question that I asked. So I'm going to skip you because you already gave your answer to somebody else's question. But I'm going to ask you, what's the answer to your question? Do you feel like the male switch up is worse or the female switch up is worse?
I think males happen quicker. I think females do it more drastically because it once, at least for a man, in a man's perspective, because woman, by that time she's already calculated it and figured out that whatever she's gonna do, it's gonna, because women make drastic decisions, but I feel like it's only like backed into a corner. Like, women are planners. Women are gonna, like, you know, guys, like I said, it could be a little bit petty, like, oh, you didn't do this, because I feel like guys, they be knowing they little motherfucking work. Dudes be like, I'll never date a female that eats grilled cheese sandwiches. And you'll eat one grilled cheese sandwich and he will never talk to your ass again. Just because he said he ain't ever finna fuck with nobody that eats grilled cheese sandwiches. And he could be for his own petty reason. But if he says that, he's going to stick to it. But at the same time, if a guy that said, I don't like a girl that eats grilled cheese sandwiches, and he ate a grilled cheese sandwich and he stayed, and then she was like, I'm off you, he's finna be hurt. Dude's finna be hurt because he's like, I stayed with you when you eat grilled cheese. So I feel like men will hold on to that. They'll hold on to that, oh, I got dissed. Where women, if they get dissed by a man, it's like, you're adding too many layers to we're moving the goalposts. The question is, if I'm smashing and leaving as a man, is that worse than you falling in love after I smash? It's not about all the other goalposts of it could be this and it could be that, or if he's mad at me or if he's being petty. It's which one feels worse. Is it worse to be like, dang, we smashed and then I'm out of here? Or dang, we smashed and now she's in love? Which one's hard? Which one is worse to deal with? Which one is harder?
Because all the other extra shit that makes him say no or makes her fall in love, that can go on forever. All those answers can be on forever. Yeah, that's no. We're saying which one feels worse. I smashed and now I'm in love, or I smashed and I'm cool. Because smashing and being in love, and we'll take the gender out of it, smashing and being in love, because niggas could smash and be in love too. So if you smash and be in love, just for the sake of him who's sitting there like, we're not gonna put gender. If you smash and now we're in love, is that worse? Because now you're on my bumper? Because now that you're in love with me, you're not leaving. Is that worse than me being like, oh yeah, she in love, so I'm out? Because I just dipped. Because
it's worse that you're on my bumper. For me as a woman, if you're gonna diss me and leave, or you're gonna be on my bumper immediately, now you're more of a headache. The alarm rate goes up. Now you're at the top of my list. You're on the priority list, on the watch list.
You're up there with the niggas with the bad breath.
Now, no, you're up there with the niggas that are still trying to call my phone, bugging me and harassing me, trying to keep me from my king, okay? That's the ones. So you're going to go up there, because now I got to watch you, because now you've joined them, and now y'all can all join forces, and now, because he's going. He's amped. And now, what are we going to do? Because in your eyes, we go together. And I'm like, we don't. Especially if my plan was to be like, yeah. And now I'm like, hey, now he in love. This was like not planned for. Because if I didn't want to be in love, I'm going to be mad. Because now you're in love. And even then, if you still that in love that quick, I'm still finna be mad. Because now I smash, and now you're immediately my problem. And that's
before I smash, you weren't a problem.
Yeah. Now you're my problem. Because you're finna make me your problem, because now we smash and you're in love, and now I gotta fake be in love too.
What if he smash and blow it out, though?
If I'm finna be right there in the mix,
what if he smash and he blow it out, put it on you like it ain't never been put on you before, but then this nigga fall in love.
Okay, but he's still in love. Now what?
Just
he could have put it on me and kick rocks.
But
that's
why?
Too.
But see, I don't know about being in love, because if you think about the smash, shouldn't the smash be a culmination of I like you, now let's smash? So why do niggas get mad when she's in love now?
Why
you invited the love here. You invited the love here.
They're like, we invited the vagina.
You displayed it.
Leave the love at home.
And then I sat on it, and now you're mad about it. Now you're mad that I took the dick that you were giving me, knowing I was gonna be in love.
Now we go together.
And now you're mad that we go together.
Now I made a copy of your key, and you mad?
I put an air tag on your car, and you mad?
Yeah. I put your location in my phone while you're asleep, but you mad that now I know where you are now. But I love you.
I hacked your email so I can clean out the spam. And now you're mad at me?
That all the other contacts got deleted too?
Yeah, you mad that I'm the only number on your phone now? Hello?
That motherfucker sitting there regretting his whole decision making the last 2-3 weeks. Like, no, I shouldn't have did that.
Niggas got whole lives from them situations.
In all jokes aside, I think that the smash and go is the worst, because the feeling of stupid overpowers the fuck, she's in love now. You get what I'm saying? I feel like the feeling of being like,
the pride
dang,
hurt.
you just, because you just left, or we smash it now. We've been talking, because that's usually how this goes. You talk, and then you smash, and then you don't hear from somebody again. That, to me, that feeling of, oh, I just got ghosted, obviously is gonna be it's gonna be a buzzkill versus the nigga that's in love. It's annoying, but it's still a confidence booster. It's still an ego booster.
He in love or whatever.
Still like, oh, this nigga right there, he gonna buy me some way if I ask him to. You know what I'm saying? But like the nigga who dipped, you're like, dang, like I didn't even get to like.
He didn't even call me back.
I didn't even get to make us no cereal because he wasn't finna get no French toast, but he could have got some cereal.
Imagine you thought you was finna give him make breakfast and you dip up and
he
turn
dipped.
over and he gone.
You brought him back a hash brown and he left.
Period. That's
like imagine you get up to go get breakfast and come back and the nigga's gone.
Nigga gone out of here.
That I would feel way stupider. Like I'd have to take that to the grave. I wouldn't even tell her. I'd be like, yeah, I don't know what happened to him.
Imagine the dude
he didn't even call me.
Imagine the dudes that cheat on their wives with the side piece get on, get ghost, and now he at home looking stupid.
There's a lot of them.
And then he trying to be extra nice to his wife.
You ever watch somebody you with go through a breakup?
Right.
Stay woke.
I ain't even got no comment on that one.
You gotta console the person you with going through some heartache. Ain't that about a bitch? That's next level.
We're that
shit alone. Toxic shit.
That's another topic for another day.
Another day, because we ain't got.
I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings talking about shit. You know what I'm saying?
We ain't finna do that right now. We ain't finna do that.
I don't need niggas calling me.
Exactly. So we all sitting here like. So.
The homies want to whoop my ass for talking about some shit. I ain't want to talk about.
We ain't finna do that. We're not gonna do that.
I'm dead.
We gonna come back to that.
We'll come back to that.
We'll come back to that
because
on the next episode.
Yeah, because we ran out of time today. It's been too many shenanigans.
We had a time.
You know why? It's Brian McKnight took up too much time, but I had to get that out.
Which one?
You had to get it out.
Right. Which Brian McKnight?
You had to get that off your chest, man.
I did. Because
which Brian McKnight?
Get that off your chest.
You know, we'll. I hope he gets his shit together. Fucking trash bag. Anyway, you guys, thanks for hanging out with us again. I know you guys missed us last week. We were overly ambitious, but we're back.
Yes.
New set, same show, same faces. Ain't shit changed with the address. You feel me?
That part.
Shout out to African spiritual.
Shout out to African spiritual
systems. African spiritual systems.
Yes, for letting us broadcast. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in.
Shout out to the people in the comments, haters included.
Thank you for that. Haters included. Just know we never got kicked out of shit. We just made bigger and better moves. That's about it. And yeah, more to come. Stick around. Y'all been around for a while. If this is y'all first time, hey. And thanks for being here. Follow us on all our socials. Y'all already know you got 15 minutes. We're on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. We just hit 500 followers. So shout out to all y'all that followed us on Facebook, because most of y'all have been around for a long time. So we really appreciate the love. Share, like, all that shit. Y'all already know.
Yeah.
We'll be here.
Because for those that don't know, we're already like 2 years deep in this. So, because I know our page doesn't go back that far, but that's because our old episodes are on the studio page.
Which is Morris Media. Yeah,
Morris Media Studios. So, make sure y'all go check those out or tap in with us if you guys want to be able to check those out. So, for the newcomers, come back again next time, every first and third Wednesday. Go check out the old episodes, get tapped in, peep in what we got going on. Let us know what you like, don't like, want to see, whatever.
And let me know about this fucking picture. I wasn't playing because I really don't like it. So please let me know, because let me know if I should take it down and put a Banksy, because fuck those guys.
Period. Right. What's the vote on the poster, y'all? Leave it in the comments.
Right.
Let us know. Tap in, DM us, whatever y'all got to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And until next time, y'all. Well.
Splash.
In the building.
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. So Morris Media Live.